Hi there, welcome to another edition of the Silverbird Selection. First thing you'll notice is, finally got my post-lockdown haircut. Very relieved to get rid of all that excess hair. And also I've been away for a few days on a short break, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I definitely recommend, if you've got the chance, take a few days off, get away from your house if you've been stuck in there for the last few months, and you will feel very refreshed at the end of it. Anyway, fully refreshed, I'm now ready to do another game review, and today I'm looking at a 1987 Silver Range release. It's Code Hunter. This is a very common game to find out there, and my copy only cost me £1.49, which gives you an indication of just how common it is. So let's take a look at Code Hunter and see how it plays. Let's kick things off as we always do then by looking at the front cover of the game, and you can see it's typical Silver Range packaging. Although I noticed that the Firebird branding there at the bottom, the Firebird itself is in black rather than red. Now whether that's a printing error or whether that's just because if it was red it would have clashed with the background, I don't know. Anyway, the Code Hunter logo is stylized with full stops between COD and E. I don't know if it actually stands for something other than code, I suspect not. Probably just thought it looked nice. And then the imagery is a bit abstract. I guess they're supposed to be robots, but they look a little bit more like corkscrews. And there's also a sphere of some kind and some kind of platforms that the robots are on. So moving on to the spine, you've got that Code Hunter logo again. Not very easy to read on the spine there because of some lightning or electric bolts in the background. Bit of background graphics there as well. And then on the back cover we've got a couple of screenshots as usual, and it says confused, vexed and frustrated. No, you will be. Which doesn't really give you any kind of insight into what kind of game this is. So moving inside the inlay, we've got the usual big list of Silver Range games. Pretty much all of them on there by the looks of it, suggesting this is a late release, and also there's nothing about the mail order or the Silver Club, so that also suggests it's a later release. And it says Code Hunter with no dots this time in between the COD and E. Copyright Gordon Hall and Peter Tattersall. Then it's got an overview of the game. Earth is in direct conflict with a fully automated battle star of unknown alien origin orbiting 20,000 kilometers beyond the Earth's outer atmosphere. It's very detailed, this. So the only way the human race is going to survive is to deploy a Code Hunter intruder droid into the heart of the Battlestar's computer complex and decipher the codes that will deactivate the Battlestar's defensive. A very detailed sci-fi backstory here. Loading instructions as usual, and then gameplay instructions. The computer networks are constructed of a series of cubic nodules. Some of them bear signs of indicating a specific function which will affect your movement or status when you land on them. And there's a big list of details about the different things that could be on these blocks, which we'll get into when we load the game. It says make your way around the alien computer network, placing bombs on the nodules in the alien guard's path. When an alien collides with a bomb, it is destroyed, leaving behind its coded data device. Once the device stops spinning, collect by moving on to its nodule. And there's some more information there too. Wow, very detailed instructions, quite convoluted it looks like as well. Hopefully the game's not quite as hard as they make out. So here's the title screen, and it's reasonably nice, nothing outstanding, but you've got Code Hunter at the top there in a pretty nice graphical font kind of thing. Mankind's Last Hope it says underneath it. Then you've got the credits for the graphics, Pete, coding Gordon and assistants Justin. Pete and Gordon were mentioned on the inlay of the game, and I've no idea who Justin is. And then it also just says press fire to begin. And it's got a nice scrolling starfield in the background and some nicely animated rotating orbs in each corner. And a reasonably sombre SID tune in the background as well. I would say not an outstanding SID tune, but I've also heard worse. So let's get on and play the game. Okay, so the game starts up and I'm going to try and describe all the stuff that's going on the screen. There is a energy limit that is ticking down, so I'll probably lose a couple of lives doing this and then I'll just restart the game and go again. So basically the idea of the game is to plant some bombs to kill these robots that are moving around, and then when you've killed them they leave something behind which you have to collect when it's stopped moving, and when you've collected all of them you move on to the next level. My first level's about to go, by the way, my first life, sorry, is about to go. So I wanted to describe some of these icons. So you move around this grid from place to place, you're the spinning orb thing. Now there's various things on some of these little platforms that you can move on. So the brown ones have got arrows on that point in a direction, and when you move on to one of those, for example this one here's got a down and that one next to it has got a right, they will automatically move you to the next area, the next block I guess you call it. Also on here you've got things that say -E and +E. They give you an energy boost if they've got a plus on, and they remove more energy if they've got a minus on. Also the H at the bottom of the screen in the middle is home, I think. It sends you back to where you started from. And on and off, if you move on to the off, I think it moves you to the on, or the other way round, I'm not sure. It's like a hyperspace kind of thing. So there you go, I've lost 3 or 4 lives there without even actually playing the game. So I'm basically now just going to kill myself off and restart it now I've explained all that stuff. Right, so let's get on with it properly now. Okay, so the first thing to do is kill one of these robots to show you what happens when you do that. So this guy, they follow a kind of a pattern which you'll learn by watching them most of the time. So you can see it turned into like a little sort of beehive thing or something, which shook around for a bit. If you try and collect it when it's still shaking, then you die. So you have to wait until it's finished shaking, and that does cause some problems sometimes because you get a bit keen to collect them before they're actually stable. So as you can see, I've now moved on to this screen which is telling you how close you are to finishing the game. So presumably each one of those yellow blocks represents a level. This has also got a star field in the background kind of buzzing around, as there is one in the main game as well. So this level, if you don't move quickly, you die. And I've died straight away. You need to place one right in the middle there to start with, then you get a bit of respite. So the next one to place is there. You can only place one bomb at a time, by the way. Now I just need to get and collect that one. Collected an energy top up there as well. So there we go, that's another level completed. At the end of each level, by the way, your energy bar ticks down and that adds to your score, which the score is pretty pathetic. I've currently got 177 points. Oh, that was a mistake, I'm pretty sure of that, yeah. So yeah, in this one you can actually stay still and just watch the pattern. So you can see the one at the bottom is going around in sort of a 6-block circuit, so you can get him quite easily by just doing that. And then this guy over here you can get by placing one there as well, so that gets pretty easy. Oh, I've just got rid of his bomb before he triggered it off there, so wait for that one to settle, drop another one there, and I can go off and collect the other 2 while I'm doing that. Get the energy top up as well on the right there. The energy top-ups, once you've collected them, turn to negative ones, so if you hit them again you start to lose energy by hitting the same spot. So we'll move on again to the next level. Can't remember what happens here. Oh, there we go. I've luckily managed to avoid that one before getting killed by it. So let's see what's going on. The guy at the bottom just seems to be going left to right, so I'm going to need to go down here and just hit that. These are in a pretty easy sequence actually by the looks of it. So just wait for that one to activate, then I can hop over to this one here, go to the top, get an energy boost, and then collect that one there. And then this side looks to be pretty simple as well. Oh, I've got my timing wrong there. As you can see, when you lose a life, oh dear, that's not gone very well now. I've made a bit of a mess of that. Yeah, when you lose a life, the whole thing resets and you've got to do the whole thing again. So let's try and get it right this time. So there's an energy top up at the top of each of these pillars on the right hand side and left hand side, which allow you to boost your energy before collecting the enemy on each side. Ooh, almost messed that up, but got the timing right. So on to the next level, and what the, oh dear, yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. I didn't even get a chance to see what was going on before I got hit by something. So that's game over. I might try and get to that level again just to see if we can get any further. I don't think you need to see me play through that again though. You get the idea. It's kind of a puzzle game. It's watch the patterns for the robots and then place the bombs to destroy them, pretty much. Okay, so I'm just about to start level 5 again. Let's see if I can get any further. I've got a couple of lives left now, so let's see if I can work out... What on earth? No, I'm not. That's impossible. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh, I can't keep track of what's going on. Okay, I might have a bit of respite now. Nope. No, I didn't. Yeah, okay, I think I've had enough at that point. That looks really hard and I can't work out how to do it. It would take a few goes to work it out, I imagine. And I'm not sure I want to play through the first 4 levels over and over again just to try and get past this one. I think you got the idea of how the game works anyway from that fairly short gameplay run through. So let's head back to the title screen and go through the review scores. We can listen to this music while I'm going through them. So firstly, packaging was fairly unremarkable. I thought the front cover image wasn't great. The description of the game on the back wasn't great either, and then the description of the game inside and the controls was just really complex and made it sound really difficult, and it wasn't as difficult as it made it sound in there. So I'm going to give it 6 out of 10 for the packaging. Presentation's pretty nice. I like this title screen. It's got some music. It does record a high score, although you only see it when you're actually in the game. So generally speaking, the presentation's quite nice. I'm going to go with 7 out of 10 for that. Graphics are functional really, there's nothing spectacular going on. The animation on the main character sprite is quite nice, otherwise it's all just quite blocky and samey, so I'm going to go 6 out of 10 for the graphics. The sound, well, you've got this music on the title screen which is alright, it's just above average, and the in-game sounds are fairly simplistic, so I'm going to go 6 again for the sound. And finally the playability, I would say it's reasonably playable once you get to the grips with what you're doing. There's some playability to be had from it. It's a bit repetitive, I think, and most of the levels I've played so far up to level 5 are fairly easy to work out once you get to grips with them. The one thing I would say is there's some levels where you die almost instantaneously if you don't make a decision, and that's not really good game design. Overall, I think it's just a bit boring. It's not terrible. There is something there if you're into sort of action puzzle games, but I wasn't really particularly enthralled with it. So I'm going to give it 6 out of 10 for playability, which gives it an overall score of 6.8, and I would say it was worth £2. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful either. You'd probably get £2 worth of value out of it if you're willing to persist a bit further with the later levels, I think. So yeah, that's Code Hunter. Nothing too remarkable about it, but nothing awful either. If you've got any thoughts about the game, if you've ever played it, then let me know in the video comments. Right then, it's that time again where you guys help me choose a game to play in a future video, and there's only 2 games left in the tin here, so this could well be the last choice you'll make for this particular series of voting choices, or whatever you want to call it. It will depend how voting goes between Booty and Go-Go the Ghost, which was in my last video. So I'll pull the 2 names out just for the sake of ceremony, but these are definitely going to be facing each other regardless of what happens. So first up we've got Trojan Warrior, and second we've got Ninja Master. So both of those have already been out the pot once, so this is their last chance. So I'll read you the descriptions again. So for Trojan Warrior it says, our hero the Trojan Warrior rides out on a winged stallion to rescue the princess. And for Ninja Master it's smash your way through from novice to black belt in something I can't read, which was the same last time I think when I did it, in this Oriental challenge, some kind of Oriental challenge basically. So it's Trojan Warrior or Ninja Master. Let me know in the video comments which of those games you'd like me to play, and I'll play it next time around, or the time after. I can't quite work it out now, but it will be played in a future video anyway. So there you go, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.